Suppose you are asked to resolve this into partial fraction, right? So what I'm going to do in this case is that I'm going to write this expression, which is 5s squared minus 2x minus 19 divided by x plus 3 into bracket x minus 1 all squared. So if you look at this denominator, you can notify something different here, right? So the difference, something that is different is actually the x plus 3 and also x minus 1 all squared. So the type of partial fraction here is that the type of partial fraction here is linear and repeated partial fraction. So what I'm going to do in this case is that this expression is equivalent to a over x plus 3 since it is linear factor, then plus b divided by this I'm going to repeat this twice, which is x minus 1 raised power 1, right? Then plus c divided by, that will be x minus 1 all squared. This is 1 and this is 2. So I'm going to repeat it twice. So what I'm going to do now is that I will need to collect the LCM, that's right. Or I should just go ahead and multiply both sides by these two factors, right? If I decide to multiply this both sides by this factor, which is x plus 3, right, and also x minus 1 all squared, this and this will cancel both of them, right? So what happens is that this will cancel this, right? Then I'm going to have this to be 5s squared minus 2x, right, minus 19, which is equivalent to this will cancel this. Then I'm having a into brackets, which is x minus 1 all squared, right? Then plus this x minus 1 is going to cancel one of this, then it remains 1. Then I'm going to have to be b into bracket x minus 1, right? Then it remains this, then I'm moving towards s plus 3, right? Then after that, what I'm going to do is that this x minus 1 also will cancel this, then I'm going to have to be plus c into bracket x plus 3, right? So that's what I'm going to have. So what do you think I can do in this case? Actually, I'm going to use both the comparing the coefficient and also the assumed method to solve this partial fraction. The reason why I'm going to use the comparing coefficient is that I'm having this to be raised power 2, right? So what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to call this a. Then I will go for expression b, which means I'm going to open the possible brackets here, so that I'm going to have to be 5s squared minus 2x minus 19 equal a into brackets. This should give me x minus 1 into brackets x minus 1. Then here I'm having this to be plus. That will give me bx minus b, right? Then let me just go ahead and put it into brackets x plus 3, right? Then plus cx plus 3. So by opening the brackets further, I'm going to have this to be 5s squared minus 2x, right, minus 19 equal, this should give me as squared, right? I'm opening it together. Then after as squared, this is x, this is as squared, right? Then I'm going to have this to be, that will be minus x, that's minus ax, right? Then again minus ax, right, plus a. What the best? So in this case now, I will go ahead and expand this one also. Open the bracket of this, I'm going to have to be plus bs squared, right? Then plus 3bx, right? Minus bx, right? Again, then I'm going to have it to be minus 3b, right? So simplifying this further, okay, I'm going to have plus cx plus 3 rather. So now let me just simplify it further once and for all. So simplifying this further once and for all, I'm going to have this to be 5s squared minus 2x minus 19, which is equal, this will give me as squared, then I'm having minus 2ax, right? Then plus a, then plus bs squared, right? After bs squared, this plus 3bx minus this will give me plus 2bx, right? Then after that, I'm having minus 3b, then plus cx and plus 3, right? So I'll call this expression b. So calling this expression b, now what I'm going to do is that I will go ahead, since I'm having some factors here, right? So I can go ahead and use what? My assume method rather. If I use assume method first, what I'm going to just do in this case is that I'm having two factors that are actually linear. Because this is actually quadratic, by the time I open the bracket, I'm going to have it to be quadratic factor. So here I'm going to have this, both are linear, and then I can just say let x minus 1 equals to 0. Then my x equals to 1. So if x minus 1 is equals to 0, this side will be actually equals to 0. Because this is 0. 0 multiplied by b is what? Is 0. So if I put 0 here, x minus 1, which is 0, 0 squared is 0, a multiplied by 0 is actually what? 0. Then I'll go ahead and come back here. This is c into bracket s plus 3. If I put 1 here, that's actually 4c. So I'm going to put my 1 in this side. Then I'm going to have it to be 5 into bracket 1 squared minus 2 into bracket 1, right? Then minus 19, which is equal to, let's move to this side. I'm going to have to be, that's actually, no, this actually bracket, right? This is bracket, right? So if I put 1 here, that's 4c. So here I'm going to have to be 4c. Exactly. Here I'm going to have this to be 5. That's 5 minus 2, right? Then after that I'm having minus 19, which is equal to 4c. Then here, this case is actually very easy. 5 minus 2 is actually 3. Then this is actually minus 16. Then equals to 4c. Then divide both sides by 4. You're going to have your c to be equal to minus 4. Right? So that's the first constant. The first constant is minus 4, right? So now the next thing we are going to do is that, can we still use another factor? Yes, you can use factor because you still have x plus 3 here. So I can just say let x plus 3 equals to 0. Therefore, my x will be equal to minus 3, right? Minus 3. So I'll go ahead and put minus 3 to expression A. Putting minus 3 to expression A, I'm going to have to be, that's actually 5 into bracket minus 3 squared, right? Then minus 2 into bracket minus 3, right? Which is this. Then minus 19, which is equal. Now look at this very well. If I should put my minus 3 here, minus 3 here. No, I said let x plus 3 equals to 0. So this is 0. That means my b is 0. This actually is 0. C multiplied by 0, that's actually 0, right? So now in this case, I will focus on this expression A. Show that I'm going to have to be A into brackets. That would be what? Minus 3 minus 1 all squared, which is this. Right? I'm focusing on this. So now the next thing I'm going to do in this case is that I'll simplify this expression. Simplify this expression further, I'm going to have to be, that's actually minus 3 squared, that's 9. Then this should give me 45. Then this is plus 6, right? Then minus 19, which is equal to, this is actually minus 4 squared, which is 16a, right? So now what I'm going to do is that I will simplify this side further. So simplifying this side further, I'm going to have this 6 plus 6 minus 19, that should give me something like minus 13. Then minus 13 plus 45, I should be having it to be something like, that's 32, right? Which is equal to 16a. So I'm having my a. I will divide this by 16. Then divide this side by 16, divided by 16, this cancels this cancels this. I'm having towards a equals to, that's 2, right? Because 2 goes into 2, that's actually 16. This is 8. Then 16 divided by 8, that should give us 2, right? So that's just for the first one. Now to get, since my c equals to 4 and my a equals to 2, then what's the next constant I need to find? The next constant is actually my b. But looking at this very well, I don't have any factor again, any linear factor like that. I can just say let me assume this to be equal to 0. So I will now go ahead to get my b. I will go ahead and use expression b to get the value of b of b, since I'm having 2 factor, not 3 factor. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to compare the coefficient of x on this side with the coefficient of x on this side. So now the first one I'm having is actually s to the power 2. So here I'm having it to be, that will be 5, right? Then I'm having 5, which is equal. Then I'll look for the coefficient of x that has the power of 2. I'm going to look for x that has power of 2 on this right hand side. So which is a, right? Plus again, what other thing? I'm having b, which is b. So I'm asked to calculate for just only b. Then I can just say, since a equals to 2, I'm putting 2 here. Then I'm going to have to be 5 equals to 2 plus b, right? Then my b will be equals to what? That's 3. So therefore, this expression which is 5s squared minus 2x minus 19 divided by, that's actually x plus 3 and also x minus 1 all square, which is equivalent to what? A. My a in this case is actually 2, right? So that I'm going to have to be 2 divided by x plus 3 plus my b is actually 3, right? Then I'm going to have to be 3 divided by x minus 1, right? Then I'm having c. My c is minus 4. I'm going to have to be minus 4 divided by, that's x minus 1 all square. So that's just the expression to this partial fraction. So whenever you resolve this into partial fraction, you're going to have the expression to be just this. So if you enjoyed this video, kindly click on the subscription button please click on the share button and also share this video to your friends, and do well to comment. Drop your comments, what you feel about this video in the comment box below. Thanks for watching.